It is day 2 and I'm trying to fully remake my Roblox game in 5 days. Yesterday I was able to do a lot. I built a stage generating system and a working timer. If you haven't watched my previous episodes, I highly suggest doing that. It might even help to build your own Roblox game, but anyways, I have big plans for the day, so let's get right into it. I started by importing all of the parts and events I was able to make yesterday. But yeah, the tower generation is messed up, since I just copied it from another place. So I changed the position of the lobby, and it works! I don't really know what I was trying to do here, but I might have forgot that this game doesn't have admin commands anymore. The tower token's UI on the side looks very plain, so I added 2 frames to make this nice looking UI. Then I added the image button with a plus on it and used this trick to make an animation without any code. Let me explain. So you have to make 2 UI elements, one bigger and one smaller. Then on the small one, set the hover image to the bigger one you created earlier. And boom, you have a nice animation without using any scripts. Of course, the button doesn't work yet, since I don't got any scripts controlling it. So I made this frame that the button should open and try to write a script that tweens the frame when the button is clicked. I'm trying to achieve something similar to this pop effect, and let's just say it didn't go well. Yeah, as you can see, I have 0 experience with using tween position. So I tried to remake it again, and guess what? It still doesn't work. Print statements are a great way of debugging down your code and finding errors. So I added one to check if tween open is a valid tween object, and the same for the tween close. And guess what? Nothing was printing. Bruh. I gave up trying myself to tween an animation, so I looked it up on YouTube and started making it in a different place, since I don't want to mess up my current game. Then I wrote a module script that'll loop through all of the frames and make them animate. But before I can test it, I have to name the frames in specific names, otherwise the script won't work. The shop frame works, but there was a problem with the inventory frame. So I relocated the inventory frame and now it should work. Well, it sort of does, but I can't click on the frames from the category UI. So I adjusted the code, and there's still one more problem. Let me see what's the issue. The Game Pass frame is not being located properly, so I made the script know where it's at, and finally, it works. You might think I'm finally done with UI animations, but you're wrong. I have this issue where I sometimes have to double click to open a frame. I was literally trying to fix this one single issue for over 3 hours. I wrote a lot of different functions, but guess what? None of them worked. This might seem like a tiny issue, but it was really important, because I want to make the best possible game that I have ever made by the end of this series. So I tried to script different functions, like closing all of the other frames, for example when I opened the shop, and that also wasn't working. I can't close my shop now. Great. I just realized I typed close frame in the brackets instead of the actual frame name. Maybe that was the issue, but who knows, since I didn't notice it and moved forward. Then I wrote a very simple function and it actually works. The frames are animating perfectly now. All of my UIs are looking pretty bad right now, so I have to give them a big makeover. I want all of my UIs to match the tower tokens one, which is black and gray. So I started designing the shop UI. I had multiple variations, but I chose to keep the one with the shop cart. In the end, I ended up making it glowy yellow. Now the same concept for the inventory button. The text was the same as the shop button, but in the background, I added an open box to symbol it as an inventory button, where you can store your items. Alright, let me replace my old UIs with the new ones. I actually really like how they look, but now the frames aren't matching the buttons anymore. So I tried to redesign them using frames and text labels, but not going to lie, it doesn't look the best. I changed the text a bit, and now it looks a lot better, but the trail elements are out of place, so I spent the next 30 minutes redesigning the trail items and turning their background transparency to 1. Okay, now you can't lie, it actually looks a lot better. Like, look at it, it's so clean now. And here I go again. I got a lot of work to do, but I start trying to complete the tower. I can't wait to finish this game and let you guys play it. Okay, back to work. I still need to redesign the shop frame, so I took the sample from the inventory frame and adjusted all of the elements. It looks pretty good, but I still need to redesign the Game Pass and the leaderboard frame. To do that, I copied the position and scale of the shop frame and renamed the text to Game Pass. But when I joined my game, I realized it's not even matching my tower tokens UI, so I decided to use an image label instead. Yeah, this looks perfect. Since it looks so good, I'm going to also remake my Game Pass frame and the leaderboard frame. I had issues with the Game Passes not fitting properly inside of my new UI, but it's not a big problem right now, so I remade the inventory frame, and I'm surprised how clean they look, and there are no issues. It turned out to be perfect. I noticed that the players can bump into each other, and I don't want that, so let me write a script that disables collisions on a player's character. So local physics service equals game get service physics service, local player group physics service create collision group P, local players game get service players physics service collision group set collidable P, false, function disable model for I, v pairs, model get children do if we is a base part, then physics service set part collision group we, p, players.player added connect function player, player character added connect function character, character wait for child head, character wait for child humanoid, character wait for child humanoid root part, wait 0.2 seconds, disable collision character. If player.character, then disable collision, player.character. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do these little tutorials in my videos. But anyways, let me test it out. Let's go! It works, since I can walk right through myself. There are only 3 more days for me to remake this game. It might seem a lot, but for Roblox development, it's not. It might look really easy and straightforward to script in Roblox, but trust me, it isn't. 10 seconds shot in my video are similar to hours of footage I have sped up or cut into small pieces. I just want to let you guys know how much I care about making videos and providing content for you. So I would appreciate if you could just smash the subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications, since you don't want to miss my next episode. See you tomorrow!